Every morning, he calmly said, "Someone will die today," and for months, his prediction never failed. I used to work in a psychiatric hospital with some pretty unusual cases, but there was one patient none of us ever forgot. He wasn't aggressive, he wasn't loud, he didn't cause trouble. If anything, he was one of the calmest people on the floor. But every single morning, right at 7 a.m., he'd walk up to the front desk like it was part of his routine. He'd lean in just a little, look the nurse straight in the eyes and say quietly, "Someone will die today." Then he'd turn around and go sit in the same chair he always sat in, like nothing happened. At first, the staff treated it like dark humor or some random fixation he had. But then the pattern started becoming impossible to ignore. By the end of the day, every single time, someone connected to the hospital passed away. Sometimes a patient with a long-term illness, sometimes a visitor's elderly relative, sometimes a staff member's family member who wasn't even anywhere near the building. He never explained how he knew. He didn't claim to have visions or special powers. He never asked for attention. He just delivered the sentence and walked off. Things really changed the day one of our sweetest nurses got a call during her shift. Her father had suffered a heart attack and didn't make it. That was the first time the staff realized this wasn't just creepy, it was consistent. After that, people started avoiding him, like even being near him might make something worse. The whole unit felt tense every morning at 7. Some workers barely slept before shifts. Then one morning, everything felt different. He walked up normally, but he looked pale. His hands were shaking, and instead of the usual line, he whispered, "A lot of people are going to die today." Not someone. A lot. Before we could even process what he meant, alarms started blaring through the halls. At first, we assumed it was a false alarm. Those happened sometimes because the building was old, but then we smelled it. Smoke. A massive electrical fire had broken out in the basement, and it was spreading unbelievably fast. The sprinklers weren't kicking in right away, which made everything worse. We had seconds, not minutes, to react. We started evacuating everyone. Patients in wheelchairs, patients who had to be guided by the hand, nurses still half asleep from night shift, visitors who didn't even know where the exits were. It was chaos, but somehow we got everyone out. When the firefighters finally got the blaze under control, they told us straight up, if we'd started evacuating even a little later, the smoke would have trapped dozens of people in the lower floors. They said it would have been one of the deadliest fires the building ever saw. The next morning, the patient didn't come to the desk. He didn't say anything to anyone. He just sat quietly on his bed, staring out the window like he'd aged 20 years overnight. I asked him gently, "How did you know yesterday was going to be so bad?" He didn't look at me. He just whispered, "I don't predict death, I feel it. And yesterday I felt all of it at once." After that, nobody doubted him again. Nobody laughed. Nobody brushed it off as coincidence. We didn't understand it, but we respected it. And every morning at 7 a.m., the whole unit held its breath.